Last week we sailed to our last anchorage in Guadeloupe, where we visited the botanical garden. Then we sailed 40 nautical miles north to the next island, which is our first non-French island, Antigua. We've been anchored in Freeman Bay for a couple of days already, but this morning we were getting the boat ready to go to a new place. Vera snapped some of our preparations on camera.
Ready? Are you? Did you want to hear kiss? Da. Ja, mamma.
It's taking out some water and fuel. We're in English Harbor.
That's good?
Yep.
That's good to know.
So Antigua is one of a few super yacht hubs here in the Caribbean. So it's basically Antigua, St. Bart's and St. Martin. And it's pretty fun to go around looking at all these boats that cost, what is it, $1 billion? Well, they might not be $1 billion each, but some of these super yachts cost at least $100 million. And how crazy is that?
The headwinds today, pretty strong ones. So I guess we'll be motoring since we only have 8 miles to Green Island. Green Island is located on the windward side of the island, on the east coast. And it's probably pretty windy out there, but it's supposed to be very well protected from the sea and swell.
It will be the first time that we've gone out on the windward side since we got here to the Caribbean. And we've heard a lot of good things about Green Island, so we're excited to go there. It's supposed to be, it's an uninhabited island with some really nice beaches. It's a small island, and we'll stay there for, I don't know, a few nights, and then we'll continue north, eventually to Barbuda, the next island, but which belongs to Antigua. So we have stocked up on food a little bit more. I mean, we did that big grocery shopping last week in Guadeloupe. We did some more here, but yeah, the stores are not the same here as in the French islands. The price is a bit higher, you can say the least.
Yeah, I'm also really excited to go out on the windward side here. The islands up here in the north, they look pretty different from most of the islands down south in the island chain here in the Caribbean. They're much more barren, I guess because they don't get as much rain as the taller islands down south. There are some more lush islands up here as well, like Saba, but that's also a tall island, so I guess it gets more rain. But it's different in its own way, these more barren islands. The beaches up here are fantastic, especially on the next island, Barbuda.
So this is Green Island, a tiny island with reefs around it, sheltering from the waves that have traveled some 4,000 kilometers across the Atlantic. The island measures around 2 kilometers from east to west, and it has been privately owned since the 1600s. There's actually been a sugar mill plantation here, but nowadays there are mostly lizards and snakes that live here. Most of the boats had gathered ashore for a barbecue. There was already a grill ashore and a table with benches. It was the perfect setup. The boat Embla had made desserts for everyone. A delicious tiramisu for the adults and a chocolate mud cake for the kids. Next morning we were doing the usual morning tasks, and Johan did some boat work.
I'm trying to finish the polishing of the stainless back here. Takes a while, but it looks pretty good once you're done.
Vill du åka till stranden?
Almost every day there are at least 2 tourist boats that come here and let the tourists snorkel and hang out on the beach. But it's just for a few hours, so it hasn't been too bad.
Vera really loves the beaches here. And yeah, we do too.
Wow! It's coming in under sail. I don't know, it looks like it's on a highway because it goes so fast. I don't know how many knots it might be doing. We saw this boat in Nelson Dockyard. It looks like they are going on the other side of the island, but I want to see when they take down the sails. We wanted to see if we could walk across the island to the other side. And we hadn't walked long before we saw an Antiguan razor snake sunbathing on the ground. Apparently it's one of the rarest snakes in the world, and luckily it's non-venomous. We saw 3 in total during our stay on the island. We have walked over to the north side of Green Island through the little forest, and we were talking about like sharks. What if we sometimes see a shark? And then Johan suddenly sees a little shark here, like 60 centimeters long. Cute little shark. It's pretty late, sunset is just in half an hour. We're walking alongside the shoreline. beach while we're walking, and here on the windward side there is so much paint roller. Sad to see, but this is what it's like everywhere. A lot of trash. This is the 40 Knots Kite Club, which is one of the reasons many cruisers come to Green Island. Another little beach here. There are a lot of boats here. We were wondering what was smelling.
Oh, wow.
These are smelly. We're heading back now. Found another little trail. We hope this one leads to our little beach on the other side. We'll just have to see. It's getting dark in a little bit. Where should we go now? We made it! We're back by the boats. Boats are behind us. That was a good little trail. Came out here and we made it before it got dark. Our little bay is perfect for a morning paddle on the supboard, and Vera, she likes to join me.
So it's another sunny but windy day here in the Caribbean. The girls are at the beach, and I thought I should tell you a little bit about our solar panels and how they have been performing since we got here to the Caribbean. And I have to say I'm really pleased with these panels. Their rated wattage is 400 watts each, so we have in total 800 watts here. But a lot of times we see up to 870 watts getting into the batteries. Some days we've been seeing up to almost 5 kilowatt hours of power getting into the batteries, and that's equivalent to almost, let me think, 420 something amp hours in 12 volt. Yeah, and we use them together with an MPPT charge controller from Victron Energy. It has Bluetooth, and there's an app you can connect to it to see the performance of the panels, which is a really nice feature, and let you know if there's any problems with the panels. For our power consumption here on the boat, 800 watts has proven to be well enough. If we would have been using our water boiler for getting hot water on the boat at all times, we probably would have needed another 400 watts or so. But still, we don't need that much here in the Caribbean, so for us right now, this has been perfect. And we're almost always at 100% battery charge or state of charge before noon every day, even on cloudy days. When I designed this arc back here, I tried to make as few things as possible that could throw a shadow on the panels. I mean, of course you always have the mast on a boat, and that's hard to get by. But as you can see, antennas and stuff like that, I tried to keep them quite low down, so they can't throw a shadow really on the panels other from when the sun is really low down. Same with the radar, so you don't have a radar or something sitting very close or even on top of the panels.
It was our last morning and we picked up our stuff and weighed anchor. Anchorage, the calm anchorage, went around the reef and are meeting now the open ocean swell, big waves. 23 knots of headwind right now, but we are gonna turn north and then we hope we have it on the beam. This is the first day now in over a week that the wind is less than 25 knots steady. So a lot of boats are on their way today. We saw so many leaving, heading out to sea, probably going for Barbuda as well. Barbuda belongs to Antigua, and the island got really badly hit by the Irma hurricane in 2017. And what we heard and read, pretty much everything on the island, all the infrastructure got destroyed. It will be interesting to see how different it will look from when we were there last time, which was just before the hurricane.
The waves are pretty big right now, but they should get better. It's pretty shallow, this area. Right now we have 16 meters and we'll go down to 8, so I suppose the waves will get a bit worse before they get better. They're pretty steep and wow, right now we're not going very fast. How fast are we going? Like 4 knots straight against the waves.
Soaked. Can't see anything.
Our buddy boat Star is coming along as well. Looks to have a very bumpy ride as well back there. We have 15 nautical miles to go to Barbuda, but you see nothing of the island. It's really flat and low-lying. The wind has dropped quite a bit. We're at the beam reach. The sailing is very good.
I made a simple pasta pesto with bacon for lunch. We can see the island. We're heading to Cocoa Point. We can see lots of boats on the AIS. Heading to Barbuda as well.
What a beach! Just as I remember it. Beautiful. Getting closer to the anchorage where we should take care because there could be uncharted rocks. So I guess we'll go a bit slower, maybe take down the sails a mile out or so just to be sure we don't hit something. And they also say that the chart is not very accurate together with the GPS, but you could have an offset of up to 100 meters, so even more in places.
Sorry for the shaky image. Vera, she wants to film and hold the camera. Kan du peka åt vilket håll vi ska?
Vad ska vi? Ska vi dit? Då får du styra dit.
Welcome to paradise. It looks like Ron 2 is floating in the air because the water is so clear. Join us next week when we explore more of this little paradise. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this episode, please consider to support our production. See you next week.